And again, I'd like to welcome you all to our advanced training for today, which will be covering plastic games for your iPad, and we'll be covering tile games today. I'm going to go ahead and read our disclaimer before we get started. The WildTech DC Senior iPad program, its owners and presenters offer technical assistance, virtual health, well-being information designed for educational purposes only. You should not rely on the information, any applications or topics made by WildTech, including but not limited to mobile and device applications and any social media pages maintained by WildTech, its owners or presenters as a substitute for professional medical advice, diagnosis, treatment, or legal advice. Thank you so much for letting me read the disclaimer. To have some kind of etiquette and avoid talking over each other and, have some kind of organization, I just ask that you all raise your hand as we normally do. At the end or even during our sessions, you have the opportunity to ask questions or have a comment or a concern using this feature. And you can do that by tapping more at the top right. Again, when you tap the screen, when you're in Zoom, you hit more, and then you can hit raise hand. So, as this being the advanced session, as I always say, you all the creme de la creme. So I want to see a lot of hands up. I know that you're here, that you're present, that you're ready to learn, that you have your pen and paper next to you to take some notes or to write some things down, because you may never know what you might learn. So it's good to have something handy to write down with. So thank you to we just reached more than half of you raised your hands, 10 of you, really appreciate that. Again, for our other folks in the call, just make sure if you ever have question, comment, reaction, concern, you can raise your hand in Zoom. I want everyone to lower their hand by hitting lower at the bottom. Again, it will say your hand is raised, and then it will say lower. So I want everyone to please lower their hand, okay? In addition to raising your hand, if you want to congratulate or encourage others, you can utilize the reaction bar below raise hand. So you can not just raise your hand. Well, if you have a question, please do. But if you want to send a clap or a thumbs up or congratulations, you can send a reaction below raise hand. You can tap on one of these icons right here, or you can tap on the three dots and choose any emoji that Apple has. And all you do is just scroll and look through the different options that they have. So again, I'm going to go to Zoom, and then I am going to hit more. And then let me hit these three dots. Look at all these different options. Look at that. I'm going to do a sum. And if I go on the participants list, I can look at all the reactions. So thank you for your umbrella, Brenda, and for your heart, Miss Carolyn. And thank you for your wave, Miss Mary. Thanks for coming on. I should look it up, but I'm not sure what that emoji means, Mr. Harold. I think it's like embarrassment or something. or when you blush. I don't know. That one's a funny one. But yeah, that's how you can send a reaction when you are in Zoom, just by utilizing any of the icons below raise hand, okay? So that's a lot of fun. Last but not least, I think one of the most important is if you want to communicate with others non-verbally, the chat is a great way to share a greeting, like a hello, good morning, happy Friday, hope you have a great weekend, something as simple as that. Or you can ask your question in the chat, you can congratulate, encourage others, comment, react, etc. You could put resources and information or, quotes, anything you like to share in the chat, and it can make someone's day. So I want everyone in Zoom to please send a chat. Again, you can do that by tapping more at the top right, and then you can tap on chat. When you do, it will say tap here to chat in this meeting window, and then you'll tap on it, type your message in, and send it using the blue triangle button on the right-hand side, okay? So I want everyone in Zoom to please send a chat. You can also send a picture by hitting the plus sign on the left next to tap here to chat, and then you can hit photo and choose a photo that you want to put into the Zoom meeting chat. And it's, again, a lot of fun, a different way to express yourself or share a quote or just share a wonderful image. Oh, thank you, Miss Carolyn. I love it. I love your glasses. They're so pretty. So yeah, you can do what Miss Carolyn did, send a picture, or you can put some emojis in the chat as well. Oh my, first thing in the morning, Brenda. I know that's right. Love is. It looks so good. So photogenic. And I'm not sure if you used her iPad to take that picture, but it's a really nice picture. So I love it. Yeah, hello. Thank you. Everyone that has sent a chat in Zoom. That's just, makes us feel like, more of a community and, we're all together. Even though we're all virtual, the chat, can make you laugh and make you happy. Good, good. Thanks so much for sharing. I love Charlie Brown. Penis is one of my favorite. So thank you all. Please continue to utilize the chat, during not just today's session, but any Zoom session that you attend. And as you can see, using the chat is a lot of fun. So today we'll be covering, our usual format, a little bit of history and context of our tile games and how these games arose in popularity. We'll be covering 3 apps today, 4 in a row, which is like Connect 4. You played that before. Boggle with friends. So if you ever played physical Boggle, you can now virtually play it. And Scrabble Go. So again, a virtual version of one of the most beloved tile games of all time, Scrabble. Last but not least, we'll have our overview and discussion and talk about how tile games have positively impacted your life. And let's all be great today and have a lot of fun. So, of course, if you would like to interact or participate in the game or the app, then please unmute yourself at that time as well. And make sure, like I had stated during yesterday's 1:30 p.m. session, as you can see this presentation, I'm presenting it vertically. So make sure your iPads are oriented the same way so you can see the whole screen. Because if I have it horizontal, you can only see a part of the screen. So I have it vertical today. So one is some history of some tile games. So tile games are a category of games that involve the use of tiles as playing pieces. And these games typically consist of various tiles, each displaying different symbols or numbers or patterns. And players arrange these tiles according to specific rules to achieve certain objectives. Some popular tile games include Mahjong, a popular Chinese game played with a set of tiles that involves skill, strategy, and luck. If you have played Mahjong before, can you send a thumbs up reaction for me, just to share? I love Mahjong, or the idea of it. 2 is Scrabble, as many of us I think all of us know, is a word game where players use lettered tiles to form words on a game board. And another popular tile game are dominoes. So it's a game played with rectangular tiles divided into 2 squares, each containing a number of spots or dots. So yeah, simply tile games are played with tiles, basically pieces in a game. So now for some history. So many historians believe that tile games originated in ancient China. One of the earliest tile games known is Mahjong, which emerged during the Qing dynasty in the mid-19th century. However, there are earlier forms of tile games in Chinese history, with some tracing their roots back to the 12th century. So next up, we're going to watch a video on how Chinese Mahjong shaped American lives. So you can see how this game from China is affecting folks here in America. And I hope you all enjoy.
My name is Linda Feinstein. I was born in Brooklyn, New York, and I've been playing Mahjong since I was 9 years old. And now I'm going to be 71. I started teaching Mahjong around 20 years ago. I opened up the club almost 15 years ago. It's a great traditional game. You know, one generation plays it after the other. Everybody has a Mahjong set in their closet, it seems. Their mom played, their grandmother played.
6 My grandma, I know that she used to play Mahjong with her friends. I never really saw her play, but it's like when she'd say, I'm playing Mahjong with my friends, she was like a queen. It was so important.
I love the game because I grew up with my mother playing Mahjong one night a week with the ladies in the house, and I used to listen to the noise of the tiles, and I was always intrigued by it, and I have very fond memories of my mom.
The big similarity between the Asian and the American Mahjong is that it's played with tiles. There are some subtle differences. The rules are totally different. But the beauty of the tiles are there. You know, the picking, the throwing, the clacking of the sound, it's wonderful. This is the card we follow. It's like our Bible. We get a new one every year from the National Mahjong League. There's around 75 different combinations. If you make one of these hands, you'll have 14 tiles on your rack, and you shout out Mahjong. It's a beautiful, beautiful game that's been played since the 1920s. The men went to work, the women were home with their children who didn't work that much, and I think it just really got to be a woman's game. But then women's lives were changing. They weren't staying home and playing Mahjong anymore, and families, I think, were smaller. It kind of, you know, went to the background. But I really think there was a shift when 9/11 happened. We all kind of huddled together. We didn't travel too far, and Mahjong became a common denominator for people to learn, become close to each other, and stay in the neighborhood like it used to be a long, long time ago. Now there's probably over, 500,000 people playing Mahjong again. I always felt was a biggie for bringing back the game of Mahjong to the women in the United States.
So,
Yep, so that's just a little bit on how Mahjong shaped American lives, and just to learn more about a little bit of the game and more history of it as well. So I hope you enjoy. In ancient Egypt, evidence suggests that tile-based games existed in ancient Egypt as early as 3000 BCE. The game of Senet, which we talked about last week, is played on a grid-like board, utilize tiles or sticks as markers to move around the board. Again, as we had covered in our tabletop session last Thursday. But yeah, that's a tile-based game. In the Islamic world, tiles games gained popularity during the Islamic Golden Age, so from the 8th to the 14th century. Games such as Nard, the precursor to backgammon, and Tab, modern-day draughts, were played using tiles. Tile games made their way to Europe through trade and cultural exchanges. Dominoes, originating in China, gained popularity in Europe in the 18th century. Other tile games like Mahjong and Rummikub were introduced to the Western world in the 20th century. And like before, we have a video, and this one is 20 things you never knew about dominoes. So some fun facts and tidbits of information about dominoes. So I hope you all enjoy.
There are a lot of interesting facts about dominoes, whether that be the game with the dots or setting them up and knocking it down. So here is 20 facts about dominoes that you may never have known about. If you do know about some of these, then true domino fan. It would take 2,498,068,320 dominoes with normal spacing just to go around the Earth one time. And it would take
Wow.
1.3 years for those dominoes to fall. No big deal. A domino can knock down another domino 1.5 times larger than itself. The dots on a domino are called pips. Dominoes
Oh,
evolved
pips.
from dice.
Pips.
And they were first documented in China as early as 1120 AD. That is way back when. The game of dominoes was brought to England by French prisoners of war. But the first domino toppling show didn't happen until the mid-1970s when a guy named Bob Specca pretty much established the world
Oh
record for
my
most dominoes
goodness.
toppled in a chain reaction.
That's all
Currently, the
dominoes.
domino world record is 4,491,863 dominoes achieved by Domino Day 2009. And that took 2 months to set up, not even counting the amount of planning and design work before that, with 89 builders. That is ridiculous. A standard domino
89.
is
Wow.
48 millimeters tall, 24 millimeters wide, and 7.5 millimeters thick. The smallest dominoes toppled or 1 centimeter by 0.2 centimeters by half a centimeter. The tallest dominoes toppled are over 30 feet. And on the other hand, the weight of a domino is usually between 8 and 8.5 grams. That means the American domino record, which used 250,000 dominoes, used about 4,685 pounds worth of dominoes. Standard dominoes with
Wow.
Lego template spacing typically fall at 62 dominoes per second. That's nearly 1 meter per second. The game of dominoes derived its name either from the word domino, which referred to the black hood-like accessory that priests wore, or directly from the word dominus, which means lord or master. There are currently 24 domino-related Guinness World Records, even going as far as the largest human mattress domino world record.
Oh my
Who
gosh.
comes up with this stuff? The first ever domino-related world record was most dominoes stacked on a single piece. And this started way back in
Wow.
1931, which was decades before any of the domino toppling world records. The record for most dominoes stacked on a single piece started with 84 dominoes, and now it's a whopping 1,055 dominoes on one piece.
I just wanted to pause it. That's all of these dominoes on one little piece. 1,000 on one tiny piece. Who comes up with stuff like this?
Achieved by Sinner's Domino Entertainment. I don't know how they managed to stack over 1,000 dominoes on one piece. That is insane. Like, I could not do that. Woo! Alright, those are all the facts I have today.
Yeah. So those are some fun facts about dominoes. The little spots are called pips. They fall about 62 or about 1 meter per second. What the word domino means. It's pretty cool. So I hope you all enjoyed that. So moving on to modern adaptations, over time, tile games have evolved and adapted to different cultures and regions. New variations and rules have been developed, and tile games have become popular recreational activities online and in real life. Today, tile games continue to be enjoyed by people of all ages and cultures. They offer opportunities for social interaction, strategic thinking, and friendly competition. Whether it's playing Mahjong in China, Scrabble in the United States, or dominoes in various parts of the world, tile games have left a lasting impact on the history of gaming. And I quite agree. Some additional fun facts. Again, the largest domino set ever made has a total of 1,800 tiles. It was created in China and featured tiles made of wood, each measuring around 30 centimeters in length. The highest scoring word played in a competition is Kaziks. It scored a whopping 392 points, played by Dr. Carl Krishna in 1982 in Manchester, England. This word refers to ancient Peruvian and Mexican princes. The name dominoes is believed, what we just learned, to have originated from the resemblance of early domino tiles to black and white hoods worn by Christian priests called dominoes in medieval Europe. And as always, we have a video. And this one talks about how the Scrabble dictionary just added 500 new words that are known to millennials. But I hope you all enjoy.
Every generation's got their own slang, and Scrabble is bringing everyone together once again after a much-needed dictionary refresh. There is now more than 500 new words to choose from. As KDKA's Scrabble player John.
And of course, with 2024, I'm pretty sure there is even a more recent video, but these were from last
Delano
year.
reports many of those words are familiar to millennials and Gen Zers, but not the more wise players like him.
I'm a casual Scrabble player, one who usually struggles with the letter Q. But like most Scrabble players, I'm always happy to see more words added to the playlist. But what exactly is a Grawlix? Grawlix is one of 500 new words familiar to a younger player and added to the 7th edition of the official Scrabble Players Dictionary, published by
Probably the 8th
Merriam-Webster
one
and
by now.
Hasbro, one of several dictionaries used by Scrabble clubs.
All lists have to be updated because new words do come along.
Bob Haggerty is president of the South Hills Scrabble Club that plays every other Saturday afternoon at the Mount Lebanon Public Library.
People who join Scrabble clubs are sometimes maniacal about it and willing to memorize thousands of words, including many they don't know, but many they could never define.
Haggerty has no problem with these new words like bay or stan or ixnay or faux hawk, better known to millennials and Gen Zers. Is this a game that younger people play?
Definitely. Many people play it online in various forms. And so I think that's probably made it more popular and exposed more people to these very handy words that you would never use in conversation, but can score you a lot of points.
So now the young ones will have an advantage with words I never heard of. And if that gets some boomer really hot, remember these dictionaries ban offensive words, even if your home game does not. So you can't use the F word or the S word. They don't count in Scrabble?
Definitely not the F word anymore. The S word, yes, I think you can still use that.
I guess that's good news for some. By the way, a Grawlix is a series of symbols that take the place of an offensive word. You can imagine what word I'm thinking of right now. Love. I love Scrabble. John Delano, KDKA News.
Yeah. So I loved when I was in middle school, I was part of a Scrabble club. So I remember going to the tournaments and reading the book, the dictionary, learning the words. You know, the craziest stuff can be a word. You know, so it's a lot of fun to learn. So I hope you all enjoyed. Now we're going to go into our apps for today. So we're going to be covering 4 in a row: Boggle with Friends and Scrabble Go. So first up is 4 in a row. You connect 4 pieces of your color in a line before your opponent. Excellent for testing your skills or teaching strategy to your grandkids, friends, etc. Have hours of fun with the 2-player mode. You can play on the same devices, or you can play online against friends or other players from all over the world, or you can try to beat their virtual player. So this video just shows how to play Connect 4, or this video is actually the classic Connect 4 commercial from way back when. So you may recognize it. So this is the classic Connect 4 commercial.
Go for it, red. Go for it, black. Go for
Get
it.
off my back.
Connect 4, got 3 in a row. Go for one more. Go for it.
Too late, Joe.
Connect 4.
Go for the fun of Connect 4. 4 in a row wins.
Go for the bottom and go for the top. Watch for the block.
Forget it, you're stopped.
Go for the glory. Go for the star. Go for it.
I love these retro commercials.
Go for it.
Yeah.
Connect 4.
Yeah, so that's, as you can see, play 4 in a line. And if you remember that commercial, please share it in the chat or give me a thumbs up. So yes, this app is called 4 in a row. So as normal and as usual, you're going to go to the App Store on your device, and you're going to go to the search and type in the name or type of app that you want to download. So 4 in a row. And it's right here at the top right, 4 in a row. And again, this is what the app looks like the icon. So again, you're going to get the app, you're going to download it. And once you have it downloaded, you're able to open it and play some 4 in a row. So again, this is what the app looks like. This is what you're looking for in the App Store, and make sure to download it so that way you can utilize it. So 4 in a row, have it right here, and I'm going to go ahead and open the app. So when you open the app, look, welcome to the best 4 in a row game you've ever played. Just align 4 or more pieces of your color to win. So I'm playing against the computer. So this is like kind of an easy level. So strategy, I'll do the middle one. So I'm red. So again, you have to just look at what your opponent does to create the best strategy to create 4 in a row, whether that be horizontally, vertically, or diagonally. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna place a piece next to it. And yeah, if the computer didn't put that yellow 4 right there, I could have had a double, I could win either way, right? So just one strategy you can think of when playing. I'm gonna do the middle now, get some more pieces there. I will do the above the left red 4. I'm gonna block because they have a lot of pieces on the right, the yellow part. So I'm gonna kind of block it and allow myself to win if the opponent puts a piece in the second to last column, right? You see they had to block me, otherwise I would have won. So now what I can do, let's see, I can put a piece right here. That way I can force a win, basically, if I get them to basically this column right here on the right, they cannot access. So I'm just trying to cut them off from winning in that way. Let's see. I'm going to put a tile in the middle to block them. Because, yeah, there's no point in them putting that piece on the left because I just blocked them from winning. So it's kind of like free real estate in a way. There you go. Connect 4. I kind of forced them in a way to win. So I won. And again, some apps, I try to find the apps that don't have as many ads, but you just have to find the X or the close, or like some arrows, that button to get out of the app. So just waiting. Again, I don't mind playing if I just have to watch this little ad for a few seconds. Again, usually there would be an X or a close that would be here. So it's just all about waiting. I see this little bar at the bottom, so it's still going. Yeah, I played this game. I normally play it on my phone, and I don't even get ads this long. So I guess just not lucky today. Almost done. But yeah, it's a free app. So again, I do not mind watching an ad. There you go. So it changed. And now I see there is a little X at the top right. So I'm going to hit on that X to go back. So there you go. I just won a game. And this app is so simple. If you want to, not again play, I'm playing against the computer right now, but if I want to again play against another person or something, I have to hit the menu button at the top right. You see these 3 white lines at the top right? That's like the menu button. So look, 2 players offline. So look, you can play it on the same device. You can literally hand it over and play a game. So that's 2-player mode. It says 1 player offline. So that was the computer that we played against. And look, there's this option that says play online. And look, you can even invite a friend to play. If you hit invite friend, you can share this code with the friend, or email it or share it by phone. And once they put in that code, they can then, you see, I can hit mail or iMessage. You can literally play against your friend. Play online, new game online. So this is just waiting for someone to come on to play. So it's been a while since we played. So there you go. We got a live person. So if you all want to participate, you all can unmute yourselves as well and help me along if you'd like. So again, you can unmute yourselves if you want. So they went first. So where should I put the piece? I'm going to put the piece either on the left or the right. So let me do the right. So now it's their turn. Where should I put my next piece? I'm thinking in between the two yellow pieces. That's what I'm thinking.
Oh, okay, yeah. That was the right move.
And then let's see. Either I can cut them off next to my red piece or go in the middle. I like the middle.
Yeah.
Yeah. I do hear a TV in the background. Let's make sure our TVs are silenced, please. Thank you so much. Again, kind of a predicament. We kind of have the same setup, but theirs is just vertical.
Start a new one. Start a new line.
Okay, where at, Miss Wimitine?
I would start it on the left.
Okay.
Is that a good idea?
Well, we'll just go with it.
Okay.
Let's see.
Okay, now you have to stop on the right. Stop this one.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. So that way you don't get three.
Right.
Okay, so I have to block them.
Yeah, you have to block
win. Oh, but they won.
I didn't see them.
Yeah, okay. Connect 4. So again, here's an ad. We'll just for the ad to stop. Yeah, I'm gonna fast forward it. And again, sometimes the App Store comes in. This is a legit app right here, but I don't want it. So I'm gonna hit the done and then I'm gonna hit the X. And again, there are different ways. So there's settings. You can adjust those settings here. You can look at your achievements. You can look at your statistics, high score, etc. So there are different ways to play Connect 4 just by using this simple app. So again, it's called 4 in a row. So again, I hope you all enjoy. Our next app for today is Boggle with Friends. Bring the fun of family game night with you on the go with the Boggle with Friends game. This new take on the classic Hasbro game is loaded with fun new modes, daily challenges, and puzzling twists. Challenge your friends, family, or new opponents to spell out the most words before the clock runs out in 2 minutes. And as before, we're going to watch a video on how to play Boggle or how to play the tabletop version of the game. And we'll see how it applies to playing on our iPad.
Boggle is a word game that can be played with 2 or more players. The goal of the game is to find words within the random combination of letters on the dice in the game tray. To play, first each player is given a piece of paper and a pencil. Set 16 dice up in the plastic tray and place the plastic cover on top. Then shake the tray to mix up the dice. Remove the plastic cover and make sure each cube on the tray has 1 die in it. Now turn the hourglass upside down to start the 3-minute timer. Each player has 3 minutes to write down as many words as they can make using the dice in the tray. Words must be at least 3 letters long, and the letters used to form the word must connect horizontally, vertically, or diagonally. You can form words by moving in more than one direction when chaining letters together, as long as all the letters in the word are connected. No dice may be used more than once when forming a word. Once the 3 minutes are up, each player stops and reads the words they've written down. Any word that appears on more than one player's list are crossed out and do not count towards a player's score. Each player is awarded 1 point for words that have 3 or 4 letters, 2 points for words with 5 letters, 3 points for words with 6 letters, and 4 points for words with 7 letters. A word made of 8 or more letters is worth 11 points. The dice with QU printed on it counts as 2 letters. Whoever has the highest number of points wins.
Yep, and that's how you play Boggle. So now we're going to download the virtual version and see if there are any differences. So just as before, you're going to go to the App Store on your iPad, and then you're going to go to the search and search for Boggle, with friends. I can just type in Boggle and it'll pop up because it's, again, very popular. You see Boggle with friends, word game, and you're going to get it, download it, and open it just as you do any app that you try. So without further ado, let's go into Boggle with friends and let's see what goes on. Yep, let's start a game. Let's learn to play. Drag to create a word. So all you're doing is dragging your finger and to create the word.
Good.
Mailbox. Yep. So you see in this version of Boggle, each letter is worth a point instead of the whole word in this case. So that's a little bit different than the regular version of Boggle. So there's box. I can do meal.
Good.
What, meal box? Is that a word? No, mailbox. Already did that. Mace.
Good.
Tom. Trail.
Excellent.
Trail box. Is that a word? No. Rail.
Good.
Mail.
Good.
Just mail. Yeah, I use the Inspire Boost to find new words. So this is kind of like a hint. So if I tap on the hint, look, mayor.
Good.
I didn't know that was a word. Mayor. Let's see. Beam.
Good.
You see, I have the timer at the top left. I have
Excellent.
15 seconds. Let's see. Lamb or lane.
Good.
Lane.
Excellent.
Let's see. It's just a tutorial, so yeah. Next. Each game has 3 rounds to play. Yeah. Connect and start playing. So by tapping the login button, you agree. Yeah. So make sure that you log in or create an account. So that way you can play it. I'm not sure what it opens specifically when you first open it because I have done or opened this app before, but it would be quite simple to log in with the procedure. So daily bonus, great. I get some free coins. Yep. And look, tell me when it's my turn. Boggle will notify you when it's your turn to play or a friend wants to chat, okay? And I'm gonna allow notifications. Yeah, weekly points challenge, win exciting rewards by completing this challenge. So if you score if the other player scores 16,000 points, you get a bonus or a reward. Yeah. So look at this, daily matches, play someone new, solo play. Yep. So I'm gonna hit next, play game. And then, yeah, and look at all these different power-ups that are available. Freeze, inspiration, spin, vision. Wow, they're pretty cool. And they tell you what each of the power-ups do. Play with no power-ups. Okay, so I'm gonna do bad. see, bear. So it's kind of like Scrabble, double letter. That's why it says DL in blue, and then GW double word. So, wow. Let's see, sat, cat, cat, crease, med, met, mets, that's not a word. Let's see, load,
Excellent.
rads, bail, brad, is braid, is that a word? No. Tad, let's see, trap, let's see. Let's see, well, just trying things out when you first play. Sail, let's see it, cab, that's a word. Des, meta, card, cart, let's see, dart, is that a word? No. Oh, art. Bert, is that a word? No. Lart, ear,
Almost done.
old, lasted. So there you go, 260 points. That's not bad, right?
Yay!
And again, free apps, sometimes they do have ads. So again, at the bottom left, you see the little bar. Or if you see any other icon, like an X or something, you can tap on it to then further through. X, there you go. Okay. And last but not least, so for this round, again, you all can unmute yourself and participate and help me with some words, okay? So I'm gonna go ahead and hit play with no power-ups, and let's see what goes on.
Hey.
Yep.
Nest.
Hey, yep, nest, Nest.
Cute.
Cute. It has to be all together. I wish I could do cute. It has to be either horizontally or vertically. Art, there's tart, lag, let's see,
Tag.
frat. Say that again.
Tag. TAG.
Tag, yeah. Let's
Trail.
see, send. Trail, yeah, trail, good job. Let's see, tens, scent, set, or sail, tail. Again, any other suggestions, keep them coming. Grad. What was that? Oh, dam. Good. Tam. Tram.
Gram.
Yeah, Gram. Good.
Mad.
What was that, Mr. Heron? Let's see.
M-A-G. Is that a word? Mag.
Yeah, dag, sag, rag, mag. Garm, is that a word? No. Gale? Nope. Lig, lag. Already did that. Lid. D-U-E, right?
Cute.
Oh, cute. Oh, I don't.
C-U-T-E.
Almost done.
Did he get mad?
Mad. Yeah, I did mad. M-A-D. Max.
Time's up.
Yeah. Oh wow, and they actually had won. The computer had beat me just by a few points. Wow. So so that's against, so that was pretty good. So But yeah, I mean that's how you play.
Body grip to flip.
Yeah, it's a pretty fast pace, but as you can see, it just really helps with, thinking, if it's like the word tag, then you have tags, then you have, or if you have rag, then drag, then that it makes you really think of the different words that you can utilize to play on here. So yeah, generally it's really, quite a simple app to navigate. There's the menu button at the top left to go through those different options that you see there. But it's pretty self-explanatory once you do get in the app. You can either play against the computer or against someone or your friends as well. So it's really quite an interesting app. The last app for today, which we'll be covering, and again, I appreciate you all coming on and participating. Lots of fun. And thank you all for your suggestions. And our last, but certainly not least app for today is Scrabble Go. So welcome to Scrabble Go, the new and updated version of the world's favorite word game. Play the classic Scrabble game you know and love. And with the official board, tiles, and Scrabble word dictionaries, only Scrabble Go delivers the authentic crossword game experience. So just as we do before, we're going to watch a quick video on how to play Scrabble. So I hope you'll enjoy after this advertisement. And we will go ahead and see how to
Start
play
clean.
Scrabble. Yeah. And here we go.
Scrabble is a fun 2 to 4 player board game where players try to score the most points by playing words strategically on the board. To set the game up, give each player a tile rack. Place all of the letter tiles in the bag and shake the bag to shuffle the tiles. Each player pulls a letter out of the bag, and whoever has the letter with the highest number on it goes first. Players put the letters back into the bag, then pull out 7 random tiles from the bag and set them on their tile rack so the other players can't see them. The first player plays a word on the board using the tiles on their tile rack. Players can make words vertically or horizontally, but not diagonally. Words must read from left to right, or top to bottom. When a player makes a word on the board, they add up all of the numbers on the tile and add that total to their score. If a letter is on a double or triple letter space, multiply the value of that letter by 2 or 3. If a letter is on a double or triple word space, multiply the total score for that word by 2 or 3. If a player plays a word with all 7 of their tiles, automatically add 50 points to the score of that word. After scoring, the player draws more tiles from their bag until they have 7 tiles again. After the first player makes a word, the next player goes. They must play a word that connects with the word that the first player made. For example, if the first player made the word cloud, the next player can use the letter D in cloud to make the word destroy. If a player makes a new word using a pre-existing word, like by adding an M to the end of the word zoo to make the word zoom, that player adds up the total score of all the letters in that word, not just the letter they played. If a player is unhappy with the tiles in their hand, they can skip their turn and instead trade in any number of tiles for new tiles from the bag. If a player plays a word that other players don't think is a real word, the other players can challenge it. In that case, look up the word in a dictionary. If it's not in there, it's removed from the board and the player who made it loses their next turn. The game ends when all of the tiles have been played or players can no longer make words from the tiles remaining in their hands. At the end of the game, every player subtracts the sum of their unplayed letters from their total score. After this, the player with the most points wins.
Yeah, so that's how you play Scrabble. You just play tiles and play words until either all the tiles are gone or you can no longer play. So as before, you're going to go to the App Store and hit, excuse me, the search to search for the app, Scrabble Go. And it should appear at the top right-hand side. I'm not sure if this is, but this may be one of the apps that were already on your iPads when you received them. So if you have any issues with opening or updating it, you can delete the app and then re-download it from the App Store. Again, I'm not 100% sure. I think it's originally on your iPads, but if it is, then you can delete it and reopen it. But yes, once you download the app, you can then open and let's see how it plays. Some notifications, sure. With some of these games, you know, it's kind of turn by turn. So when it's your turn, you can get a notification um, to then play. So you can play as a guest, or you can hit sign in with Apple. I'm gonna just sign in with Apple and use my Apple ID. Yep. So I'm gonna use my fingerprint. Again, one use of Touch ID I just did. Yeah. It's easier than ever to find your friends in new existing games. So they're just showing you how it looks or works out. So this is what your thing will look like, your overlay. So basically home, you can start a new game. There are even more kinds of mini games within it by hitting more games. The shop, you know, you can purchase items if you want, or watch an ad to reveal them. And look, you can even change, yeah, the tiles or the color of the tiles as you keep playing games. Open card packs to complete these albums, complete the whole collection and get the grand prize. So you can keep playing to get, look at these tiles. That's pretty cool, right? So yes, open card packs, tiles, collect the prize. Look, it says I completed this album. Wonderful. And I can collect these items. A new frame. So that's for my profile picture, I guess, in the game. So that's really cool. Get a random tile. You can use coins in the tile bag to earn different tiles. There's some customization features. This one looks pretty cool. Equip. So now my tiles will look like that. So that's really cool that you can do that. So mail at the top, daily points. Yeah. So you just earn some rewards. Many games have like an inbox where you get like daily gifts or something of that nature. So just got that, match of the day, skip, and I got some rewards. But yeah, I just wanted to show you all that. That's pretty interesting. So I'm gonna go to home, match of the day. So look, this is how it goes. So I see my tiles here at the bottom, and first I have to play, I'm using that center square, I have to play a word. I hate these tiles. But we're gonna work with what you got. So one word that I am thinking of is maybe like war. I do want to get rid of that V. That V is quite interesting. So maybe I'm going to shuffle them or exchange them. That I can do. Yeah. So if I hit the menu option at the bottom left, I see these different options. I can share the game board with this one at the bottom. The second one, pretty interesting. I can shuffle the tiles here. But no, I'm going to swap my tiles. I just want maybe one of these A's. So I'm gonna swap and pass. Hey, I didn't get much better, right? But the cool thing is you can play more than one game at a time. So I'm gonna start a new game. It's searching for somebody. And look, they just played Oath. So they went first this time. Let's see. One cool thing is compare your selected word power meter. Tap on the bar to activate it. 16 hours to play. So what I'm thinking of doing, and one cool suggestion is you can make words or many words with just one line of words. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put let's see, maybe a D right here. So that's like add. And then if I make, let's see, G. Or I could do W, right? Something like that. Let's see, E, D, G, E. So sometimes you really have to think on how to make the the best move and such, right? So I want the double letter right here, especially like maybe this W, because that will give me 9 points just for this one letter. And if I make a word, you like here, there, E, so that's ew, ah, and OE. OE is the actual word in Scrabble. OE is a word. So all I have to do is try to add as many letters. So I know do will work. But I'm trying to add maybe one more, but that's okay. That's just an example. So let's do do. So look, it's DUE, OE, and AW. So that way that W counted twice. Yeah, so this person, I can see at the top right, they actually have their own picture there, but the little green dot, that means they're online. They're trying to figure out a move to make. So look, they just did kilt. So this is I'm literally playing against a real person right now, which I think is pretty neat. Same thing, but like before. I want to maybe use this double letter right here to get big points. So I know like maybe ba, that's not a word. BAW is not. You see at the top it says invalid word. So maybe ma, but ML won't work. That's not a word. GAW. I wish I could, because you see that would have been a lot of points, right? Let's see. K. Let's see. Lots. And sometimes you just got to think. Let's see. Any suggestions in the chat? Word games. Love it. Let's see. And sometimes you just have to kind of come back to it when you can't think. So look, your turn. They played. They have buses as their tiles. That's pretty cool. Coal. That's a hard one to play with. Let's see. J. Why do they have to give us these U and these A's? Such a terrible choice of letters. But let's see. G, L. I'm just thinking, or AL is a word, or I could do AL. Well, I barely have any consonants, right? I have a lot of values or vowels, but I don't have any consonants. J-U-G, jug. Sometimes it could be simple as that. I just got 20 points just by using 2 letters. So sometimes you have to go kind of that simple. Oh, just by playing the game, I just leveled up in the game. That's pretty cool. Just got some free gems, which is pretty nice. And they played Larva. That's a good one. I wish we had an E somewhere or an I. Triple letter score, triple letter here. Let's see. Let's do B, O, W. I want to do that, but look, I'm just giving the opponent, like if they have an S, that's bows. That would be 4, 3, that's 8. And then S is probably 1. That would be 18 points if I did that, plus the other word they would make. So I kind of don't want to do that. Boa, that's less points for me, but it's less points for them if they do that. So, boa, is that a word? No. Let's see. I can do that. Bow. Here, and that's a little better. They can only get the triple word once if I do that. So let me do that. Bow. B-O-W. So far, we're kind of neck and neck. Yeah, see the best play from your last turn. Try it free. Oh, I could have done where. So did you know Juga is a word? I didn't know that. And where, Wair, is a word. Wow. That's pretty neat. So that was a play from last time. Tie. Look, they just played again. Wow, I wish I had an S right here or something to do to make it go. Let's see. Yeah. I could block it though if I want. I literally have 6 vowels and 1 consonant. I could do like 8, AI, TE, ATE, right? So I can kind of block it off in a way. Even though an S will work, it'll be harder to do that. Wow. Or I could do EAT. Y is not a word. Of course, that's not a word. Yeah, so you're just seeing different, I'm just showing you just some different options that you can do or how you can may be able to think when making or when playing this game. So I'm just looking at the different options. I know OO and WA is not a word. Let's see. Maybe do before. I could do that suggestion. Air. Maybe tiles must be in a straight line. Oh yeah, I need the T off. Air is not a word. Tear. Nope. Oh, AIRT is a word. That makes sense. So let's do that. So you see, it's all about trying different things to make the best move. So that's a little bit and more about Scrabble. And you know how you can just play around and see what options of tiles that you can maneuver or arrange to then be able to get the most points. So I hope you all enjoyed that. I had to pull up my presentation again. Give me 1 second. But that was a lot of fun. I actually just got a notification on my iPad. It says the person played their turn. So that's cool. Anytime it's your turn, you get a notification on your iPad where you can go back and then play that particular game. So today we covered 4 in a row. We also covered Boggled with Friends, and we just covered Scrabble Go. So at this point, we are going to have our overview and discussion. And again, I hope you all enjoyed today's session to cover checkers. No, I have not played checkers yet. I'm kind of surprised in myself that I haven't played it. I probably at one point, but not on my iPad. But that's a great suggestion. There are many, many different checker games as well in the App Store. So it's all about trying it out. So yes, what is one new fact that you learned today? What app or apps are you interested in trying out? What is your favorite tile game? One that we covered or one that you play on your own? And how does playing these tile games can or does positively impact your life? So you can ask me to go over anything that I went over today, and or you can answer one or more of these questions on the screen. So I would love if, for the next 5 or so minutes, I would love to hear from, as many of you as possible, just letting you know how, or letting us know how it is, or how you felt, your reaction, comments, anything of that nature, we would appreciate. So I'll be going through the raise hands. So make sure to raise your hand if you would like to answer one or more of these questions, or if you have a question for me. Hi, Miss Shirley, how are you?
Good morning, Alex. Hi. Good morning, everyone. Yes, I'd like to play that game Mahjong. I play that on my cell phone all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And like when I be on the train or something, I just whip it out and start playing it. It's a very interesting game.
Yes, there are many mahjong apps on the iPad. Yesterday when we covered that Tri Peaks game, it kind of had elements of mahjong in it, where it kind of tiles or cards cover up other cards as well. So there are many mahjong games as well on the iPad through the App Store. So it's all about checking it out.
And I didn't know, but from the video, I didn't know that game was so big and large. People, at tables and everything playing it.
Yeah, it has a not an underground following, but tile games, tabletop games, card, all these kind of games are becoming more popular because it's now becoming more retro in a way. So a lot of people are revisiting the older or first games that we played because they're a lot of fun, right?
Yes, they are.
But, is that it, Miss Shirley?
Yes. Okay. You have a good weekend, Alex.
Oh, you too, Miss Shirley. Thanks for coming on. I hope you enjoyed today's session.
Okay.
Next up is Brenda. Hi, Brenda. How are you?
Good, Alex. I'm doing fine, thank you. Alex, my favorite game, I like word games. So I play words with friends. I play Scrabble, with the computer. So I mean, I enjoy doing that. It makes you think, trying to use your strategy to, is that a word? Can I do this? And I enjoy Scrabble, so I play that a lot. I like word games.
Yeah, me too. Literally, it's just there's a art to it, like a 2-letter word versus like a 3-letter word, 4-letter word.
Yeah.
It's a little bit of a art to it and such.
It is. Yeah, it is. I try to go for the big points on Scrabble.
Yeah, big points.
Using those the letters that have like 10 points on it. Try to put it in the triple letter score.
Yeah, using
word.
the special places on the board where it's either a double letter, double word, or you're just trying to think of the different ways or methods you can do to win the game, right? So it forces you to strategically think about your next move, about your opponent's move. So anytime you're playing against someone, it's a game of wits and strategy and a little bit of competitiveness. When I was playing in Scrabble tournaments, I was having fun, right? If anything you do, if you don't have fun, then it's not fun, right? But it kind of pushed me when I was in them tournaments. Man, my brain was like on point where I had to really think on my feet on the best play because some games are timed, some games are not timed. So you just have to think about those things, but at the end of the day, have fun with it, and that's how you get a good experience.
And Alex, I have the deluxe Scrabble game with the board. It's kind of grooved out and the pieces fit in it.
Oh, really?
I got it.
Oh, I've heard about that.
Yeah, I haven't used it in years, but I mean, when we were playing, we had fun. At least I did. So.
Oh well, maybe on your Wednesdays, Brenda, you could take it out the box and try something.
Them people ain't gonna play that. They ain't gonna play that.
Well, hey, when you'll never know when you might want to introduce it, and it'll be fun.
Do it with the kids. They might want to do it. I'm gonna try that with Jack and Jordan.
Any age. I mean, hey.
Thanks for the idea. Yeah. I sure will.
I played it in middle school, and even though I was playing against other middle schoolers or stuff in that tournament, hey, kids are pretty competitive. So if when they play, they're also learning while they're playing. But you don't say it like that, right? But when you encourage kids a little bit in a way, they get fired up. So you
great
can really
suggestion.
See if they like
Thank you, Alex. Yeah. I'm gonna whip it out and me and Jack and Jordan gonna play.
Oh yeah, on the tablet or on the game board or such.
No, I'm gonna play on the original. I'm gonna play on my.
Oh yeah. But either way, it's a lot of fun. So just try it out, and you may not expect what they know, and it may surprise you.
Exactly. Yeah. I sure will. I'll let you know how it works out.
Okay. Well, I'm glad I was able to think of that, you know?
Yeah.
'Cause,
Thank
you
you.
know,
Thank you for the
and
suggestion.
yeah, no problem, Brenda. Thanks so much for coming on as always. And
Sure.
you have a good rest of your day.
Thank you. You too.
Mr. Ron, my favorite app is Cease's Slots. I'm not sure what that one is, but if that's a tile game, then I'm glad that I'm glad that you like it. Teresa, I'm not sure if you meant to send that to me or everyone, but just make sure it says send to everyone or whoever in the chat. Haven't played checkers before. My husband would play people all over the world. Played so well that some people were not playing the game. That happened to me in Connect Four when I was at DPRs, the recreation centers in DC. I played a lot of them games like Connect Four and such, and I was like 8, beating like teenagers in Connect Four. Like there was one point I was there at the table and there was like a line of people to play me, and I kept schooling everybody in that way. So it definitely can. Once you get really good at something, things like that can happen. But checkers, I mean, if you go in the app store, also for you, Miss Shirley, as well, again, if you just go in the app store and search for the kind of app that you want, again, any kind of app like Mahjong, look at that, there's the classic one right here. Hey, I could have done these as one of the apps. This looks like a great version of the game. There's Mahjong, there's Medieval, there's Real. This one says Real Mahjong. Oh well, whatever that means. Mahjong Classic, Mahjong for Friends. Look at this. Even this one looks pretty cool. Different variations. Wow. Same thing, checkers. We did chess last week, but look, checkers. Look at all these different versions of checkers. Even tic-tac-toe, that's another kind of tile-ish game that you can play. 4 in a row we covered. Hangman, like, oh, that's pretty cool. I like playing Hangman. Chinese checkers. I've never played Chinese checkers. Even Russian checkers. Wow, and I'm Russian, and I didn't even know about Russian checkers. Checkers Royale, dominoes, backgammon, all these games, there are a version of it on this iPad. I mean, hey, it's just amazing what you can do. It's all about going into the app store and just exploring and figuring out what is there. So yes, thank you, Mr. Ronald. I love that you think those were some great games. I grew up on all 3 of those games, so it's good to kind of revisit them, and it brings back those memories as well. So thanks so much. Other than that, I really appreciate you all coming on to our advanced session for today. We just finished our 3-parter on classic games. So we covered tabletop games, we covered card games yesterday, and today we have covered tile games. So yeah, now you all have, if you had attended any of those sessions, 9 additional or new games that you can play, that you've experienced, that you've come on to see, and that you can utilize yourselves. So I hope, over the course of the weekend that you all relax and enjoy yourselves. And you can do that by playing some of the games that we had went over today. Other than that, we have our 12 o'clock session with Lou. Will be taking a trip to China. Really can't wait for that. China is such a huge country and has a lot of culture and things. So I'm just really curious on what Lou has to say or offer in regards to videos and such, but I know it'll be great. And then at 1:30, you'll be covering Module 3, learning how to utilize email on your iPad. So again, thank you all so much for coming on. I hope you all have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you all at 12 o'clock for our travel edition of the Launch Club. Have a great day, and I'll see you at 10 a.m. for Monday's advanced session.
All righty.
All right.
Thank you, Alex.
Okay, thank you, Alex.
Have a great day. Hope you all enjoyed.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
It was fun.
Yes, it was fun. Have a great day.
You do the
Thank
same.
you. Thank you.
Yeah. Toodles.